welcome to another episode. In today's episode, I am going to be teaching you JavaScript. This is going to be the introduction to JavaScript, what is JavaScript, and how you should add it into your code. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to get notified every time that I upload a new video, make sure to hit that ring bell. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, everybody, so to get started in learning JavaScript, there are a couple of things we have to do first. So I want you to open your computer. Whether if you have a Mac or a desktop, it doesn't matter. You're going to do the following. We're going to create a folder, okay? And this folder is going to be named, I'll give it a name of just JS, which stands for JavaScript, okay? And I just want to have this folder open because we're going to be working with it from this point moving forward. Another thing that I need you to open is your Visual Studio Code software. So let me open that up. And inside of Visual Studio Code, I am going to open the folder that we just created. I left that one in my desktop, so I'll just simply hit JS and I'm going to hit open right here. Okay, so this is the first time I'm installing Visual Studio Code on my computer, so I'm going to hit OK. And yes, I trust the authors, okay? If it's the first time you are opening Visual Studio Code or a folder in Visual Studio Code on your computer, you'll get that message. If not, then you shouldn't get it, okay? So already we have opened the JavaScript folder in here, okay? So the first thing you want to create is an HTML file, and I will name it as index.html usual. Then I am going to add a template here for HTML. By the way, by this moment, you should be familiar with HTML before learning JavaScript. I highly recommend you to know HTML and CSS. If you're not familiar with those two, you can go ahead and review into my channel the two full courses that I have on HTML and CSS before learning JavaScript, okay? So I just created an index.html file because we are going to be linking our JavaScript file in here, and I will talk about that real soon. So let's make sure that this is working. I am going to simply say something in the body section. Hello world. Okay, and I'm going to save this. Let's go back to our folder here in the desktop. Okay, let's open it up and you will have your index.html file. Let's make sure to open that up, and yep, hello world, it's right there. So the code is working just fine. Alrighty, so in addition to this file that we have just created, I want you to open the following. w3schools.com, you're going to jump into the JavaScript section right here. And we are going to go into the first topic here, which, let me see, let's go to this one where it says introductions, okay? Because that's what you're going to be learning today, the introduction to JavaScript, what is it for? And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Now, another website that I need you to have open as well is MDN. So you can go to Google and just type MDN and then space JS for JavaScript, hit enter, and you are going to get the results. You see this one, JavaScript MDN. You can go ahead and actually open this website. The website is developer.mozilla.org. Okay, that's the reference that you're going to get for JavaScript. And this is, I could say, the official site per se for JavaScript documents and tutorials, okay? So you're going to jump into references and then you're going to click here where it says JavaScript as well. The first thing that I want to explain to you is that you have these two sources of information where you can learn. You can either learn on MDN, okay, or you can go to W3 Schools and you can hit the JavaScript section and learn from there. I am going to be using both in different chapters, just so you know. And if you want to use just one of them for the remainder of the course, it's up to you. I'm just letting you know that I will be using both because you can learn with both of them. I mean, the information, it's pretty similar because I mean it's JavaScript at the end. However, they have been organized in a different manner, and the way I'm going to teach you JavaScript is also in a different way. So I will be using both sources, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, as soon as you have all of this open, let's jump into what is JavaScript. So question number one that everyone asks themselves before starting to learn JavaScript. What is JavaScript and what can I do with this? Well, just as you may know or have kind of like an idea, JavaScript is a programming language. And the reason why you will use JavaScript is to make your website interactive. So let me give you an example. You have HTML, right? Let's say HTML is the foundation and the structure, right, of the web page. Then you have CSS. CSS is what you use to make your website look pretty, what gives your website colors, what gives your website images organized in different forms and styles, right? And then you have JavaScript. Now with JavaScript, what you do is that you make your website interactive, meaning that you can add buttons that will actually do something, like let's say as an example, display your time, or make the buttons take you to certain specific features. So I mean, it's all about interaction. So the first thing that I want you to go is to W3 Schools, go to the JS introduction and read a little bit in here. Okay, because this is going to have a couple of examples that will teach you what you can do with JavaScript. So here's one of the quick examples that you will see. And this is, as you can see, a light bulb. Now with JavaScript, if you didn't have JavaScript here and it was only HTML, if you click on the buttons, will probably take you to another web page if you had it connected to another web page. But with JavaScript, if you click on it, if you click turn on the lights, as you can see, the image changes colors. If you click turn off the lights, then the color goes away. So that's just a really simple example of what you can do with JavaScript. Now, another example that I am going to show you is a couple of games that you can build with JavaScript. There is this website that will give you 10 amazing JavaScript games that you can build with JavaScript. The website is this one. I'll leave it down in the description of this video so that you can go ahead and actually review it and see the games by itself. But it's pretty cool, and the one that actually caught my attention here the most is the Super Chrono Portal Maker. So if you go ahead and jump into that link of this game, it's like let's say like a version of Mario. So if you click play and you see it has like a lot of stages, and let's say that we jump into stage 1, we can control the animation, like the little guy right here. We can move it forward, backward, we can jump with it. See, we can, break bricks and stuff like that. And we can control the little animation, right? And all of this is being done with JavaScript. So if you didn't have a clue in what specifically can you do with this programming language, now you do. And I hope it's very clear. But if it's not, no worries. In this course, I will do my best to explain you in the easiest way possible how to use JavaScript and how to apply this for really fun and amazing things. Okay, so now that you know and you have an idea what exactly you can do with JavaScript, I am going to start teaching you how you can add JavaScript into your code, and we're going to be talking about a couple of things in this chapter. And those couple of things are coming just right now. So first of all, you need to know that in order to add JavaScript into your code, you will use a tag that it's called script. Okay? The script tag is the one that you are going to use when you are coding JavaScript inside of your HTML document. Okay? Not as an external link, but just inside of your same HTML document. So if you want to try this out, we are going to do it, but give me just 1 second. I also want to talk first about functions and event. So you need to understand what is a function, because we are going to be talking a lot about functions later on in this course, so you need to get familiar with them. So a function, as W3 School says, is a block of JavaScript code, okay? And this function can be executed when it's called. So that way, a function can be called when an event occurs, like when a user clicks a button. So in other words, a function is what it's called, right, when we do something into our website. So if we have a button, right, like the example that I showed you earlier, when we have a button and we click that button is calling a function that we have probably applied into our JavaScript code. So that's exactly what a function is. Now, I hope that makes sense, but if it's not making sense to you, you can leave your questions in the comment section below and I'll make sure to reply as soon as I can. Now that you know what a function is, I'm going to add a function into our code so that you can see how we can add the code itself using the script tag. And there are two ways you can add your JavaScript code. You can either add it on the head section, or you can also add your code in the body section. I will show you both ways so that you can see that it works. Okay, so we're going to scroll here a little bit down. Okay, and what we are going to do is copy this information that we have in the body section. I'm not going to do it manually, not one by one, because then this video is going to be super long. So I'm just going to hit, well, if you are on a computer, Control-C or Command-C on a Mac. Okay, so copy this information, paste it into our body section. I'm going to delete the hello world that we just added in there earlier. Let's hit save. Going back to our code, let's hit refresh. Okay, so right now, this is a demo of JavaScript in head. We're going to add this in the head section first. So when we hit try it, something is going to happen, okay? Because we're going to add a function in the head section using the script tag. So to do that is very simple. We're going to go back to W3 Schools here, and we're going to use the following function, okay? So I'm going to simply copy the function with both script tags here. Let's go back in here, and I'm not going to get into the details of the function and how it works or what document that get element by ID is as of now, because all I want you to know is how to add JavaScript into your code. Then I'm going to teach you how to build functions and how you will be able to use them, okay? But for now, we're going to go ahead and simply copy this, and we're going to add this into our head section, okay? So all you have to do is paste this into your head section. Now, as you can see right now, you have your script in here, right? You have the script tag, which is opening here and it's closing in here. And inside of this script tag, you have the function, which is saying that we should get the element with the ID of demo, which is this one right here, this paragraph, and we have to change it to the text paragraph changed. So when we click on the button, the information that this demo has, which is a paragraph, is going to change to paragraph change that it's in here. So let's go ahead and try it out. I'm going to save it right now. And we're going to go back to our document and we're going to hit refresh. Now, before, the button was not doing anything. Now, when I click try it, this portion of text should change to the word paragraph changed. Because with this function, we are telling to our code that when we click on this button, right, the button try it, then the text that we see here, which right now it says a paragraph, is going to change to paragraph changed. Okay, hope that makes sense. So now let's hit try it. And you see, now the paragraphs has been changed. Now if I click refresh, it goes back to a paragraph. If I call the function by clicking the button, then the paragraph will be changed. Okay, so that's how you add JavaScript, because this is a function of JavaScript, into your head section. Now, the function will work exactly the same if we add it as well in the body section. So I can simply remove this from the head section. We're going to delete the extra spaces here. And I am going to paste this into our body section. Now, I will strongly suggest you to put this before the body tag ends, right? At the very end of whatever code you have it in your body section, just this to be the one that you will see on top of the closing tag for the body section always. And if you were going to do it inside of your same HTML document, I will recommend you to always use your script at the very bottom in the body section, not in the header, because when a website reads your code, it'll read in a certain order, right? It'll read like if the script is on top and the script is very big and very heavy, then that could cause your website to go slow. So if you are writing JavaScript inside of the same HTML document, just make sure you put this at the very bottom, okay? That's the way that I will recommend you to do it. If you still want to do it on the head section, it'll work. That's not a problem. I'm just telling you that it'll be better if you do it in the body section before the body tag is closed. So I'm going to save this. As you can see, we have changed now the script and we have added this before the body section. If I hit refresh, then when I click the try it button, this should work exactly the same. So if I hit try it, you see it says paragraph changed. So it's still working the same way, and I just changed the location. Instead of head, now I just added the script in the body section. So that's another way that you can add JavaScript into your code. Okay, so now let me show you how you can add external JavaScript, okay? I am going to erase this information, but well, before erasing it, let's go ahead and create a JavaScript file. This is how you are going to create a JavaScript file. And it's super easy. All you have to do is click here on Visual Studio Code, same as we have created the index.html, or same way that we create a CSS file. You just click here where it says new file, and then all we're gonna do is name it. Now I'm going to call it script.js. All JavaScript documents will have a .js at the end, just so you know. So you can call it like that and just click enter, okay? And then you will see that script.js has been created. Now, to code here, in this document, I do not need to add the script tags. So I'm going to remove the script tags from here. And all I'm going to do is copy this function, okay? I'm going to copy the function. I'm going to hit save right now, and we're going to go back to the document and we're going to hit refresh. Now, if I click try it, right now it doesn't work. Now, if I copy the function that we had in the body section before and I go to the script document and I paste the function in there and I hit save, if I try to hit try it right now, it still will not work. Why? Because the same way we do on CSS, we have to link our JavaScript document to our index.html file. Now, how's the way that you do this? You might be asking yourself. Well, if you go to W3 Schools right here and you scroll a little bit here down, you will see that you are going to have to use the same script tag, okay? And the only thing you have to do is add the source where your file is located, okay? So very simple. We're going to go ahead and add this, and you can go ahead and actually add this if you want. If we click here where it says try it yourself, you can add this as well in the body section, or you can also add it in the head section. Now, I am going to add this in the body section just to show you the example. I'm going to say script, okay? And inside of script, we're going to use source. And where is my file located? It's located in the JS, script.js, you see? Because here I am on the JS folder and it's automatically giving me a suggestion to use the script.js. Okay, so the source is script.js since you are already in the same folder location. If the folder would have a different name, then you will have to obviously type down the folder name slash the name of the file. But in my case, since I have the index.html file in the same folder of JavaScript, all I have to do is just type in script.js, which is right next to it. Okay, so now I'm going to hit save here. Going back to our code, let's hit refresh. And now if I hit try it, the function should work again and should change the paragraph content. Let's see. You see, now it's working. Now it says here paragraph changed. So that's another way you can add your code into JavaScript. You can most certainly go ahead and just simply do external JavaScript, which is what I would recommend you to do. Just go ahead and actually do this as an external file because it's better. It's always better. Now, if I go ahead and change the location and I remove this from the body section and I copy this in the head section and I hit save, going back to our code, let's hit refresh and I hit try it, it still will work. Okay, it still will work. Again, as I said, you can add it in the head or in the body section. I prefer the body section just because of what I explained to you guys earlier. Okay, so let me put this back in the body section. Let's hit save and let's hit refresh. And boom, it's still working. So those are the two main ways that you can use JavaScript, okay, when you are writing down your code. Okay, so now I hope this makes sense to you and you have learned how to add JavaScript in the document and how to add JavaScript as an external file. Now, one thing that you can also do, and I'll teach you this example here in JS introduction, is add JavaScript inline. Now, if you click here where it says try it yourself, I will show you the example. Okay, so see this example right here? It has inline JavaScript. There is no function nor no script in the body section nor in the head section here of this document. As you can see, it only has actually a body section, and in the body section they have added inline JavaScript with onClick. Okay, so onClick, if they click turn on the light, then they will use this image. If they click turn off the light, then they'll onClick, they will use this other image, right? So this is another way that you can use JavaScript. It's something very useful as well sometimes when you just have something very easy to do and it's not something large that you're going to write, a big line of code. You can definitely use inline JavaScript. So that's the third way that you can add JavaScript into your code. So making a recap again, now you know that JavaScript is an amazing programming language that will allow you to create even video games. Now you know that you can add JavaScript inline, you can add JavaScript inside of your HTML document, and you can also add JavaScript as an external JavaScript file by using or linking your existing HTML file with a JavaScript document. Remember to use always the .js at the end of your JavaScript file to make sure that it indicates that it's a JavaScript file. Okay, and then now you know as well what a function is, and later on I will show you how to manage better those functions. By now, I just needed you to have a main idea of what a function is, okay? So I guess that'll be all for today's episode, everybody. This is the first chapter of JavaScript. I will be uploading more tutorials during the week, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching this channel. Remember, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the ring bell. That way you'll get notified every time that I upload a new video. And remember that you can always ask Lixi. Bye everybody, and see you again in the next episode.